What up, what up, what up?
Yo.
This is the Elevate Greatness Podcast, episode 1 pilot. I'm your co-host, Tyrell Taylor.
What you forgot? I'm Wanaki.
Yeah, so we just wanted to come today just to kick off the first episode, just give you a brief introduction about us, what you can expect, and I'm going to start off.
Yes, go for it.
Cool. All right. So, my name is Tyrell Taylor. Everybody calls me Taylor. You can follow me on Instagram at Fresh Taylor with the PH. I am a Chicago native, born out west, grew up on the south side, went to Holy Angels, De La Salle, went to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. I love working with the youth. I must say that. From growing up as a kid, going to my cousin's after school program that she ran, Teen Reach programs on 47th Street, 55th, 49th. We just always had a good time. She was always taking kids from like the hood, taking us on like college tours. We went to like Six Flags for the first time, slept in the first hotel.
Nice.
Went like skiing, all that good stuff. And we had a great time. And that opened my eyes up to like the world of youth programming outside of a school setting. And so once I got back to Chicago after college, I was looking for work, got introduced to the education scene by a frat brother of mine, and I've been here ever since. So this is passion work. I love what I do. And I must say that I'm excited for this podcast.
Yeah, I am too. Dang, you have a whole spiel. Well, I guess I got to start in 1980. No, I'm just kidding. Wanaki, from the south side of Chicago, born and raised south side of Chicago. Went to Harlan, graduated from Harlan, did college at IndyCap Northern. From there, I think I've been working with kids now since 19 because I started volunteering at Harlan. Yeah. Volunteering at Harlan, coaching. So I started coaching, and then once I graduated from college, I started doing a Abbott at Harlan, and then from there, just a lot of different teen outreach programs. You know, I don't think that I was thinking about it when you was like how you always be saying all the stuff that you did with the programs. I never did any of that actually. Sure. And I don't know if summer camp counts because that's the only thing I really did. But any like after school program, youth programs, any of that, like I never did any of that. That's crazy. Now that I think about it, yeah.
You was always in sports though.
Yeah, I always played sports. Does that count?
That counts.
Okay.
Summer camp count too.
Okay.
Anything where it's like not in the traditional school setting.
Okay, well I did that. I played sports and then summer camp.
Okay.
So I guess that counts. But yeah, so I've been in education for a very long time. Started teaching at a certain point in my life for a few years. High school. I got tricked back into the classroom temporarily. So I'm back in the high school temporarily with the kids. But I'm also reminded of why, like I'm excited. I think it makes me more excited for this podcast because being there every single day with them, well, it's only been 2 days, but yeah. It feels like every single day of my life. I'm like, okay, we got to do this. You know what I mean? Like the teachers need support, the students need more resources. And it just, it's showing me like, this is what we're supposed to be doing next.
Oh yeah, for sure. You don't realize I don't even realize like how many parents know what goes on in school for real.
That part.
You know, I don't like, they just send their kid off to school.
And that's it. That part, that's true.
I feel like, especially like the smaller schools that don't have like huge enrollment, I wouldn't say it is like parent buy-in. Parents are involved, but you don't see the behind the scenes stuff. And that's like with any industry. Like you just see kind of like the finished product, but teachers be out here with no school supplies. I was looking at the news. It was like she took a video of the cafeteria, just sitting in the cafeteria the whole day because there was a lack of teachers. And
what school is this?
It's some school in the suburbs, but I got to do more research on that. But I seen it briefly, and I was like, dang, that's crazy. But just think about the teachers that's in the school that's really there, and they got to do.
And they got to cover down.
Yeah.
And
you
that,
came here to
yeah,
do your work.
yeah, that's, yeah. It's crazy to me because we have more educators like leaving the field of education, and that's obviously, I guess, money could be one thing, but it's just like they truly are just burnt out from it because of the all the lack, and they got to cover down on everything. It's crazy, and that just kind of brings us to why we even created this podcast in the first place. So, a little bit about us: we co-founded Elevate Greatness, our nonprofit. When was that? 2020.
2019 is, well, we found it in 2020, but 2019 is when we started the program here.
Right. So we started doing a program, and the program that we have are for our children, different schools. So we have contracts with different schools throughout the city. But then we were like, we need to also support teachers too, because we got to support the people serving our kids because they are burnt out. They don't have a whole lot of people who intentionally, I think, support them throughout the course of the year. You know what I mean? And then also, I think the thing when I think about this podcast is like, especially in Chicago, you always hear about what teachers are not doing, what's not happening, what kids are not learning. And it's a whole lot of negativity, and there's never any like solutions or no, you know, we're not coming together to try to really brainstorm and figure that thing out. We're just kind of complaining and pointing the finger and saying what's not being done.
Yeah. So that, I mean, honestly, if we want to like sum all of this up in a sense, we are the go-to. That's what we're trying to establish ourselves as. The go-to organization for teacher development, you know, like just for you to relax, have fun. You know, you had a full busy week with the kids. You could come to one of our events, which is Recess. See, like shameless plug, Recess.
Tell these people.
Our Recess is restore energy and celebrate educator success socially. So it's a monthly happy hour for educators where you can come network, food, drinks, games.
Just have a good time.
Just have a good time.
Educators are like the number one turner uppers for sure. They be lit. They be lit.
Yeah, for sure. Because you gotta have a personality to deal with people, kids.
That's real.
You know, you cannot be in that classroom dry. Yeah. And so teachers, they know how to put it on.
Yeah.
And they gotta come into the door. They gotta check all their luggage, all the stuff they got going on in life. They gotta check it at the door. Put on this face for the shorties. You know, educate them. Make sure that they got everything that they need. Then when they leave out the door, they gotta pick up their baggage or whatever else is going on, and then get back to life. Whether that's them coaching, they gotta be a parent, they are students. Like we got people that's getting their master's degrees, getting PhDs, on top of having to do lesson plans, grade papers, parent teacher conferences and stuff. So that's what Recess is about. It's something just for y'all to come and chill out. And then for the students, because that's our primary focus, and starting back in 2019, we just noticed that it was not enough like awareness or exposure to opportunities outside of college.
Yeah.
You know, especially the school that we're working at, we have students from that was not successful at Chicago public schools. And so when they got here, the GPAs are low. And even if they did come here and turn it around, they did so much damage at their last school that you could get a 4.0 and you still might have like a 1.8, 2.0. And so now it's like, okay, cool. You don't want to discourage these kids by having them apply to all of these colleges where they don't even meet the minimum requirements. But we have to find things that's within their reach. And a lot of them, they don't want to go to college. And with everything that's going on out here in the world, they see firsthand that you don't have to go to college to become financially independent. Independent. And so we just started Elevate Greatness by just bringing in these people to show them like, yo, you could come from the hood, you can be Black, you can still rock nice clothes, still drive nice cars, and still get back to your community and still make it. And everybody didn't go to college. And so
I think, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, you know, that exposure and just seeing people that look like them and come and talk to them, and people that's willing to, you know, offer opportunities for them, and also being able to explain these concepts to them about how to make money in a way that they can understand is truly important.
Yeah, and I think too, to add to that, I was just having I was just having a conversation with a teacher on my way over here, and she was saying how she has this one student. I guess they're doing like their it's a college seminar course for them. So I guess they were like writing. I don't know what exactly what it was. She was reading, but she was saying like, man, this one particular student, his mama out in the streets, outside, daddy in jail. So he has to take care of his siblings, and he works full time overnight. So he works full time overnight. He comes to school. He gets out of school. He goes to get his siblings, make sure they eat, make sure their homework is done, and then goes to work overnight and does it all over again. And so he was telling her like, how I'm gonna go to college? What's gonna happen to my siblings? You know what I mean? And she was telling me, and I'm like, man, I need to get back. We need to get in these streets and really keep connecting, just connecting more because, you know, just to what you were saying, like us bringing those people in, you know what I mean? The more people we connect with, the more people we know, the more people we can put in front of them for these opportunities that they need. Because for someone like him, how is he going to go to college? And unless he stayed home and went to college, in which case he still has to work full time. He still has to do these things, but he's not even thinking of that. He's thinking, once I graduate high school, I need to be able to get to the bag, or I need a quick route, like a trade, you know, something like that to get me there faster. And that makes sense. Like I understand that. So I'm like, yeah, that lit a fire under me today leaving the building. I'm like, yeah, we in these streets this weekend.
Facts. And so also the purpose of this podcast is to just get the message out to all of you all, because if y'all got resources, please share them with us. If you got organizations and y'all want to partner up, the more the merrier. Like I feel like another thing, we talked about this before with the nonprofit space, it's kind of like, you know, everybody's kind of fighting for the same dollars. Understand? Like everybody has, you know, amazing concepts and people are out here in the streets and they're doing the work, but I don't see a lot of organizations actually partnering up,
working together.
You know, everybody's kind of doing their own thing, and so that's why we also want to bring other nonprofits on, and also just partner up with other organizations. If y'all got stuff going on, we'll pull up, support.
Just let us know, and then bringing teachers on too, to, you know, the teachers who are boots on the ground with our children, Black and brown children specifically, and, you know, really getting their perspective. I don't think that we ever really listen to educators for real. I think we judge them a lot, you know what I mean? But we don't actually ever create platforms for them to come on and really talk about what, you know, the things that they do in the classroom. It'll be a good opportunity for them to come on and share best practices, the things that are going well in the classroom that other educators, you know, they listen to the podcast, they can be able to pull from. So essentially, it's just, you know, connecting people. At the end of the day, we want to bridge that gap. And I think it's crazy too that so few organizations actually work together, because it's so much work to go around. Like it's so much work to go around. It will never not have work to do in this space. You know what I mean? So it only makes sense for us to collaborate because we can reach more kids. So definitely bringing those organizations on so that y'all can be made aware of what else is going on and resources and opportunities that you have available to you and your child, your students, or just as an educator as well.
Yeah. So, you got anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
No, you know, we just want to come on, say what's up before we really get started, let you know what it's about, what you can expect moving forward. And I'm excited. I'm excited to learn from the educators we'll bring on and just the organizations and things like that.
Yeah. So shoot us a DM, Elevate Greatness Podcast. You can follow our Instagram page. Our main page is Elevate Greatness Chicago. You can follow the event page, which is Recess_Elevated. And stay tuned. We got more episodes coming up in the pipeline. More guests. We look forward to connecting. Yeah, for sure. Definitely look forward to connecting with everybody. And let's finish off 2022 strong.
Let's get it. The year just started, so
You're right. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
It's been a fast year.
You know, it's over with.
September already. But yeah. So we out. Peace.